Hi. So the the thing that I decided to abstain from over the course of the class was Mountain Dew. I think that I realize that I can live without it, but it's very hard. I have been drinking it for years, so to not have it every day like I normally do, it was very weird, and it was very hard for me to not go and grab a Mountain Dew like I normally would in the day. I found myself trying to grab one, but then I would remember, oh no, I can't have one, and get something else. But I do know that I do understand more of why people are addicted to certain things and why it was so hard for me personally to give up Mountain Dew. I think that I want to keep giving up Mountain Dew just because it is very unhealthy for you, but it's still going to be a process, and I know that. I think that another thing is I found myself really craving it a lot during the first week, and now that it's the third week, I don't crave it as much. I think that I have found other things to drink. Like I drink Gatorade now a lot more, and that has really helped me to not drink Mountain Dew all the time. So I think that I'm going to try and keep giving that up. Um, so the intervention that I watched was Sarah, season 1, episode 5. Um, she was addicted to crystal meth. She had been using for about 3 years, and she usually smoked the crystal meth. Um, she has a daughter that is about 3 and lives with her ex-husband. Her ex-husband wouldn't let her daughter be in the show, and she lost all rights to her daughter. She lost custody, everything, and she only gets daughter visits because of her dad. Her dad actually has to supervise the visits so that Sarah can see her family, or see her daughter. Her family has no history of any kind of drug use. Sarah said that she, after in high school, she was a very good student. She was very involved, and Sarah got married young. She said that she was about 2021, like it was about 3 years ago, and she then got a divorce, and the divorce took a toll on her, and she started using drugs to kind of fill the void of not having a husband, and she lost her car, her job, her house, everything, and she lives with her parents. She Her parents try and make sure she goes to things, but she has nowhere else to go. um Sarah was in and out of jail. She was on probation during the beginning of the film. She had a misdemeanor for theft and felony forgery because since she didn't have a job to pay for anything, she actually just forged checks so that she could pay for her drugs. She had to take a urine analysis in the show for her probation, and she failed that, so she had to go to court at a later date. She fully lost custody of her daughter about 2.5 years ago, and she also was supposed to. She said she wanted to work on getting her daughter back, but she knew that with being addicted to meth, that her ex-husband would never let that happen. Um, the She then went to her intervention. Um, her mom and dad and her grandma and a few close of their family friends were there, and they talked to her about how they wanted her to be better, and she ended up going. She said yes, and she went to her rehab center, and she actually got out, and she was doing a lot better. She was clean, and she actually worked works for the Sheriff's Department and Drug Awareness Program. And she was also granted partial custody of her daughter, and she got a job as a correctional officer. So she really did turn her life around and really, really worked hard be to abstain from doing drugs and to really stop and just learn. She just learned a lot of different things about her, and you could tell that she gained some of her weight back because you lose weight when you're doing drugs every day. She just had a totally different mindset, and she was very happy to not be doing the drug, and she was very happy to be teaching people about those drugs. I also researched crystal meth for this project, and you can have a lot of depression, anxiety, paranoia, and intense cravings. And Sarah suffers from depression and intense craving mostly. She said that it makes her feel better, and when she doesn't have the mess, she feels like a lump in her throat, and that's supposed to be like the loneliness because she's not doing it. I just learned that crystal meth does a lot to your face. It does a lot to your physical appearance in general. Your mind does not work the correct way. You have a lot of behavioral issues, and all you care about really is getting that drug. So that was really cool to learn about that. And final thoughts about what I learned was just that addiction is a lot different than I thought. And like going to the meetings, I realized that the meetings really helped those people. They really liked going to the meetings and sharing their story and talking to people that go through the same thing. And I think with having the addiction to pop that I do, I can kind of see more of why it's so hard for them to give things up. But I'm really, really proud of each and every one of them for going each day. And I really liked how they say one day at a time. You take it one day at a time and you go on from there. And I think that I also learned that a lot of these people will be there for you forever, and you have to find the people that will be by your side and will help you, and you need to get rid of the people that are not being a positive influence for you, and you need to you can have them as friends, but maybe just don't hang out with them as much if they're helping you to do bad things like take drugs, like drink alcohol all the time, like be addicted to different things. And I think that just some of the things that the people were saying kind of just spoke to me a lot about just think about what you're doing and think about who it's hurting, think about everything like that. So I thought that was really cool. I really, really enjoyed going to the meetings. So thank you.